attack amp to max point. Problem is they changed that to a scaling factor, and then on top of Jin, who gets up to 580 just normally, it was double calculating, so you get like 4,080 off this item. Absolutely bonkers. One-shotting tanks.
Yeah.
You just can't have that. So like he's still pretty good, especially with the buffs they gave him on this patch. Just not going to be one-shotting full like armor Malphite. So it's definitely good to see it, but certainly still plenty of very powerful ADC picks left in the meta.
Yeah, of course. We've been seeing quite a few Zaya being taken away. That might be one of them that you want to think that it would. You want to replace with Jin. And then let's not get it wrong. Jin, you can still pick Jin, but you're just not going to build Rageblade or else it will be a DQ. But we are seeing the bans coming out right now. A lot of focus on the jungle with Jarvan and Rengar being taken out. Also that Swain. Big pickup on that Swain. Want to get that one out of the way as well.
Yeah, with our earlier series of the day, we saw so much priority put down onto that ADC position, getting the Jin out of the way, getting the Caitlyn out of the way as well, and even a little bit of Kaisa. I mean, there's the Caitlyn. We've already got 2 of those ADC bans, but Swain, another absolutely massive one. Any TSM fans out there, you know the pain that this guy can bring, but looks like it's only be 2 ADCs. Most of the generic junglers and supports still on the board.
Yeah, actually, speaking of Jin, we're going to go ahead and see that one hovered over, locked in, but we are going to be paying very close attention to that Rageblade. Make sure.
I really hope that this guy knows he cannot build Rageblade.
It has been.
We put that out on the Collegiate Star League website. We put it out in our Discord. If any fans in here of Washington State, please remind this guy he cannot build Rageblade, because if he does, I don't know what we're going to do, but it's not going to be good.
Yeah, we've also tweeted. I tweeted it, so did CSL. LOL has been very stated.
Fekka's tweeted, it's basically set in stone. Anything this man tweets, it's over. It's over.
Essentially,
hang it out.
Yeah, go look at my Jessica Jones Season 2 review. You'll probably be disappointed if you like Jessica Jones. But Jack's going to be locked in, as that's more than likely a jungle pick. Have been seeing a lot of jungle Jacks lately in just the solo queue meta. Haven't quite seen it in competitive play, except for one time at a failing effort with Manitoba in the Collegiate League of Legends Northern semifinals, but we are going to see it this time around in the JV side, with Shin being locked in for the top side of Laurentian.
I mean, the Shen could definitely be flexed around. I've seen it go to supports, especially against Jin, because that W zone you put down blocks any auto attacks going through. So say that's a 4th auto Jin, it's going to block a lot of damage. That being said, Zach already picked away. Maybe better to go to top lane so you have a peeler like the Janna available down on the bot side. Good at least that they did ban away the Alistairs. That combo is absolutely devastating. All right, we're going to get a little bit spicy. Singe looks like he's going to be headed up to the top lane.
I'm very excited about the Singe. Don't get to see him too often, but he's always a joy to broadcast, especially when people want to chase him. We'll see if that happens this time around. And yeah, you're right. Shin could go to the bot side. It does relieve, or does take out some of the global pressure that they have if they want to take them top side, though. But Severe going to be locked in. A big wave clear ADC coming out for Laurentian. And then, of course, we do have ban phase going on right now. Second ban phase, we're going to see what Laurentian decide to pick up here.
So big change here. The Sivir I've not seen in quite a long time, and maybe that's going to be a bit of a response to the Sivir. A response to the Jin, as basically the bot lane matchup has been either Caitlyn or Zaya into the Jin. They can trade fairly easily early on. Both Caitlyn and Zaya banned away, only Jin. Sivir you usually pick for a very defensive laning phase. Even back in the day when taking the spellbook on everyone was just meta, you would take TP, go to lane, wave clear back, TP back in with full mana, wave clear, go back, and just keep that cycle going. So already LU are setting themselves up with a lot of ways to make it to that late game. But are with the Shen locked in the top side, there's got to be some other scaler there to really bring out the pain. Azir and Cassiopeia are still on the board. Curious to see if they actually go one of those routes.
Yeah, Azir was actually hovered earlier, and that was turned into a Shin. So we're going to see what they pick up as we have the last ban coming out. This one from Washington University of St. Louis, I should say. We're going to see that it's going to be a Brand, so they're going to be taking that one away. Brand being a big powerhouse in the support role lately. Can still go mid, but it is very immobile, and you dish out a lot of power on that bot side. Interesting to pick that one up, or to ban that one out, considering you are going against a severe, yeah, actually, it would be the ban. It would be the pick over onto Laurentian, so actually it's not too bad.
If they wanted to show potential, and maybe they're just seeing something out of Full Stop that we haven't seen yet, I mean, a Sivir plus a Brand lane would be the hardest shoving lane in like all of League of Legends. You would never get to push that one back out, but it will be the Thresh instead. Jin is a very immobile ADC, and that is going to prompt the Braum response. So definitely having some amount of engage potential on the bot side, but with the Braum and Jhin, I don't really see too much going on down here. Stack on top of it the Zac in the jungle, and there is a lot of potential for huge amounts of pain in the bot lane.
I couldn't imagine a Mumu is going to be picked up here. This is a JV Collegiate. You have to prep yourself for anything, but it is actually going to be turned over to another Yordle, that would be a Corki going into the mid lane, so that is going to be a Singe top lane. Of course, the Braum, I do like that pickup into the Severe, blocking that Boomerang Blade and denying a lot of that wave clear if you can time it properly, as well as also keeping it away from Jhin.
The Corki here is just the generic counterpick to most things you would want to go. The Corki mid is incredibly safe. You just have range. You take fleet footwork. You don't really die in the lane ever. But the Syndra pick is a little bit perplexing for me. It definitely is going to focus on, can Mist actually make something happen here in the early game, or can he start rotating that around? Because it's going to be very difficult to do something against someone like the Corki. That's why I would have preferred the Azir or the Cassiopeia here, just because it gives you that extra scaling potential where, oh, say Corki wants to just farm the lane out, you're perfectly fine with that. You're just going to outscale him anyway. But here, they want to take their own fate into their own hands. They've got the safe bot lane. They've got a good playmaking top lane. But now it's going to be very much on this LU mid lane to really start breaking stuff out.
Yeah, very much so. They have the massive burst coming out from that Syndra, but yeah, Corki's mid-game power spike cannot be underestimated. Once he gets that Triforce, can dish out a huge amount of damage. Not to mention, with his package, can roam. One of the big things in the mid lane meta right now is pushing out the wave and then roaming to the bot side. He can do both of those very easily, coordinate with Bakatar. With the Zac, try to gank on the bot side.
And the one thing we definitely cannot look past is the Singed. Whenever you see a Singed in the game, you know that the macro game for the first, 10 minutes of the match is going to be just thrown out the window because of all the crazy strats he can come up with. He can go for just the normal in lane, a little bit of bullying, but just soak farm under tower. He can go for the counter proxy farming, just sit in either in the enemies between the T1 and T2, or he can go all the way to the base just because of his poison. He does really well with that. Or he can go classic suicide sin strats where he just gets pots, runs into enemies, continues going. Obviously, I don't think the last one is the most effective strategy in the known world. But even so, it's going to be up to the side of LU to find some way to counter that, because it's something we see with a lot of these not quite veteran teams. They don't have that same swagger. They don't have that same determination or decision-making. Something like the Singe can catch them off guard where they're spending the first 15 minutes of the match going, okay, what do we do about this guy? He's just annoying. And that response, honestly, is going to be what really determines this match for me. If they're able to shut him down, or if they're able to just say, okay, screw him, we're just going to 5-man dive bot lane, that's going to be an incredibly good foot to start off on. But if they're sending two people up, then bring him back, sending him out, bringing him back, it's just not going to look too good for me.
Yeah, big solo queue strat is having that proxy singed, and I don't know about your elo. My elo doesn't know how to deal with that one. We're gonna see how it happens.
My elo just flames, and that's about it. We just flame everyone.
Well,
dude.
that's all. That's the solution to everything, really. I mean,
exactly.
That's why it's tried and true. That's why it never changes in League of Legends. We do see. Yeah, we're just
gonna. Never changes.
No, it does not. Oh my god, going cross-referencing here. But Singed, yeah, we're gonna see how LU able to deal with that one. I do like LU's comp overall. The Jax, even in the jungle. Like I said, the first time I saw it in Collegiate with the new patch, it didn't really work out, but I don't really blame that on Manitoba. It's just they were going against Maryville University. Shut
Rest
down.
in peace, Manitoba.
Yeah.
Never forgetty.
Only lost one game the entire season, but it was the one that mattered. But Jax.
Yeah, that was a very important one game.
I know. But as we get into this game, I probably should give some shout-outs to our social medias. You can type !Discord in the chat to, what are you wearing glasses for? !Discord in the chat to get our Discord link, follow our Discord. Join up with our community. We have games on Fridays usually. We had one last Friday. I was actually at that one, but I was at the last one. But I might be at there. It'll be one at the end of the time.
Doesn't even care about our community.
I do. Anyway, you can
just in the chat about to flame us. It's fine.
Yeah, well, what's new? You can also follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/cstarleague and twitter.com/CSLLOL if you just want collegiate League of Legends material. Follow us on either one of those. And of course, you can also check out our Facebook at facebook.com/cstarleague. And he's pointing down at the little screen below us. That means that you should also follow us, Fekez and LOL_returned. You can also hit !casters in the chat to get our links directly there. And just hit that follow button, please. And of course, Check out our VODs on youtube.com/CStarLeague. You can look at any of our VODs from our previous shows, either the quad or the ward up, or you can look at any of the previous games that have been played thus far. Even the one earlier today may be up there now. I don't know, but it will be there later on this weekend. And anything else? We also want to give a shout out to Twitch as well. You've been watching us on Twitch for probably ever, because I don't think we've ever casted on anything else. And they've been helping.
Facebook's the future, man.
Yeah, right. No. Okay, so if I'm gonna go off topic, let me finish this real quick. I'm gonna finish it. Yeah. This is wrestling related, so it's gonna get real.
No.
Okay, so we're gonna finish off the Twitter rant here. So yeah, Twitter has been helping grow the collegiate esports scene for years now. So definitely go give them a shout out at facebook.com/Twitch. And I think I might have said Twitter, but either way, Twitch is the one that's been helping us grow the collegiate esports scene. Anyway, facebook.com/Twitch and twitter.com/Twitch. And now my rant. So WWE has been doing this mixed match challenge on Facebook, and the ratings have been kind of bombing on that one. So no, that's the whole thing. Facebook is not the future. In fact, they're gathering your information right now. You should probably just delete it.
Well, in that case, we're going to be collecting some information on this game as we do get loaded on into this one. We do see a chat, but expect to delay. It's a fun thing. First item comes out here. Nothing really crazy across the board. Very generic start. Probably the only out there thing would have to be the Conqueror being taken here by the jungler Bromane. But that's honestly just what we see the Jungle Jacks is going nowadays. You like that a little bit of extra true damage at the very end. That's something that's new on 8.6, and I wouldn't be shocked to see this be the generic tank Jack where you just look for the plays constantly, where you can actually go toe-to-toe with someone like Zach just in the ganking department. You want to keep being this useful big beef shield. But that kind of feeds into the bigger problem of LU right now in that they don't really have that much in terms of damage in the mid to early game. They've got Misty here, and Mist in the mid lane. But aside from that, they have so much playmaking, not much in terms of just team fight damage.
Yeah, that is one of the things that Burgundy Mist does need to be aware of, is that, yeah, he is the burst. And of course, unless Quest completely pops off here, a lot of the damage is going to be on Burgundy Mist. As Bromane, actually, we have been seeing, I don't know if it's normal, but I haven't seen some even tank Jaxes. I don't really like that, but with two big damage sources like a Syndra and a Severe, might be seeing that one coming out. But again, Conqueror, that is a very aggressive rune, keystone. Typically not going to see it, but have been seeing that every now and then, which is surprising me. I'm not saying it works, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it. But it is something that is a possibility.
The normal way to play Jack right now in the jungle, at least used to be the tank. Definitely with the reintegration of a little bit of training there in the mid lane as well. But with the rework of the Rage Blade, it does give you a little bit more reason to go for damage. Get that Triforce, get a Rage Blade, and you really can put down the damage in the laning phase. But geez, look at how much Corki is willing to trade here.
Yeah, that needs to be careful on that one, especially I'd say that Bromane, he does have a little bit harder time ganking than Zach, if I'm correct here. I mean, Zach does have a slingshot, can kind of come out of nowhere, but it's still early level, so it's not a huge distance on that slingshot. But yeah, a lot of trading going on back and forth in the mid lane. And if Corki can't get his auto attacks up and just not take any damage, just auto attack, he will eventually sustain past Burgundy Mist because of just having a Doran's Blade compared to the Doran's Ring.
That is true. Big thing you have to keep your eyes out, though, for is level 6. That is where Sivir just wants to get to. Because at level 6, you have kill pressure over 99% of the lanes in the league. Bromane, though, is going to be able to find out Singe, but this might just be part of his master plan.
Yeah, that's a Singe for you, which pretty typical. Draw as much attention as possible to yourself as Singed, and then just kind of run from there. And that's exactly what the Singe is doing. Crab's carry. I'm just going to call him Crab at this point, but that's essentially what Crab is doing. It's just being that nuisance. Actually up in farm right now, so probably going to see him proxy pretty soon as well.
I mean, it's into a Shen. Unfortunately for the Shen, there's not too much he can do directly. He could look to fight, but even he's going to take a lot of damage and not going to be able to take down his direct lane opponent very efficiently. That being said, he is Shen. He can just look to make plays elsewhere on the map, and that is the tried and true way of how you deal with some of these split pushers, whether it be the Singe, whether it be the Fiora, whether it be something like a Jax. You just hit the rest of the team and let the rest of them fall.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, these team fights, to see how much the Singe really plays into it here. But again, I'm also very interested in LU's strat with their team comp going in again with the Syndra and the Severe. It's going to be very interesting. They definitely have a lot of wave clear, which tells me they do have some siege potential on their side as well. But that being said, there's so much split push potential with this Singe, who gets caught up, takes a little bit of damage, but just going to flip solid gold back into his poison, laugh it off, walk it off, as the Singe does.
You're trading here on the bottom side of the map, and here could potentially be our first gank. He's only level 4, so not too long in Slingshot.
But he's going to be able to land it. Yeah, there's a flash. Full stop. He's actually going to be rooted up. He's going to go down. He gets stunned. Correctus being able to pick that one up.
Yeah, that's just a good roam down from back. And also just misplay coming out of Full Stop and from Quest, because there was absolutely no vision wards down there. Quest has 2 wards he's sitting on, and with absolutely no tracking of backup. You have to be concerned. You have to be careful where that Zac is. And Full Stop isn't able to get either his flash out, the exhaust, nor a heal coming out of Quest. So they just drop for absolutely nothing there. And it doesn't like the Jhin. That's going to be problematic. And already, it does look like he will be going for the traditional Jhin build, which is just as much lethality as you can possibly put in one build to get that early game damage and let it carry you throughout.
Yeah, very much so. And getting that 4th shot to equal as much damage as possible. For sure. Now Quest on the bot side not having his flash up. That is going to be a big target for Bakatar's Zac. As if one slingshot worked out, the second one probably will too. Now it is worth noting that Quest actually just spell shield that slingshot initially, so does have some good reflexes on that spell shield when it matters. But
yeah, unfortunately it was the other guy in lane that mattered more. If that was Thresh that had those reflexes, neither of them would have died.
That is yeah.
Obviously, saying it's not quite the easiest spell in the world to land, but when you're looking at things to take directly into the Zac, you have to be comfortable on whatever it is. Now, sure, that one play in itself doesn't mean he's uncomfortable in champion. Just saying that if it starts happening more and more, this is going to be an issue. That being said, still so much playmaking on the side of LU that it's still not out of the realm of possibilities. It's not going to get on to Burgundy, though.
Yeah, Bakatar needs to be careful. He's going to get shoved back, and actually Bromane is there as well. He was actually hovering around the Drake. It is the Infernal Drake first up, so that is going to be a big target for either team, as Bromane just securing the Rift Herald here, or not the Rift Herald, the Rift Scuttler, I should say. Tomo, he needs to be careful. Burgundy is level 6. He's going to flash in for the ultimate, unleash the power, and Burgundy gets a kill solo onto Tomo and his flash.
Yeah, you can sustain as much as you want in that lane, but when Syndra hits level 6, you better watch out, because she will for sure look for exactly how to kill you. And I mean, that was a pretty strong lead being built by Tomo, and just gave maybe a little bit too much experience. Bakatar, he's in on this play.
Yeah, Bakatar is going to be blocking off Quest, but a nice Thresh Express onto the flash, with the flash I should say, over the wall, bringing Quest into safety. Very nice moves from Full Stop. That is now his flash down, though.
Yeah, the problem is they dodge the bullet once, but what are they going to do when they get shot 5 more times? Bakatar is still here. They still have absolutely no vision. Full Stop's either got to make a play or call for Bromane to help out with some vision game here.
Yeah, he's going to come around through the bot side brush, maybe sneak up through the... They might not even need him right now. Full Stop taking so much damage. And there's a flash. Are they going to be able to pick it up? They're standing united. Solid gold coming out from the top side down. Teleport as well. Crab going to be in the mix. Bromane there too. Solid gold does take up Uraha on the side of Washington St. Louis. Overall, a lot of summoners used, a lot of resources used, but the kill did go over to LU.
Yeah, that was so much being used for just a single kill on the support. Bromane now is caught out, but great jump away.
Yeah, he's going to be able to jump, but he's going to be chased by Crab, who's actually just going to zone him off, maybe looking to secure this dragon, but there's too much pressure from LU around this Infernal Drake to 100% secure it, so they're just going to back off, take themselves back to base, pick up what they can. Gold is exactly even right now with that kill, or that kill on the bot side, so...
the Infernal Dragon here is going to be very, very impactful if Washington State can manage to pick it up. Sure, they don't have the most aggressive mid lane or top lane, but right now on the bottom side they have the advantage. But here comes Bakatar again.
No flash on Burgundy. Missed the Let's Bounce, not going to hit, but he's going to take some turret shots, possibly for Tome. Can he get it? No. The big one is not going to be enough. The heal was used. Burgundy missed, makes it out.
Oh, he just missed the stretching strike, missed both the initial Q and missed the auto attack at the back end. Oh, that is just very unfortunate. That would have been a very easy kill, which could have also easily just led into that Infernal Drake, but now they're going to have to find some other way to capitalize on those wasted summoner spells, but Romain, he's got it.
LU picking up the first Drake of the game, that being the Infernal. Nice pickup for him. As you said, the Infernal Drake will be very pivotal coming into this mid to late game, especially when they start getting their items underneath them and get that percent health, or percent damage, making it count a little bit more. So we see Crab still doing his thing in the top side. No proxying, though, from the Singe. That is surprising. He's not feeling too comfortable with that one, but he is shoving and being just an all-around nuisance to solid gold.
Yeah, making sure that solid gold isn't going to be able to get any sort of advantage on your end. The main idea with this isn't to beat him directly in lane, even though that's very clearly happening for Wash U. But he is basically holding this thing over solid gold, saying, hey, if you go try to roam, if you go try to make a play, I'm going to take everything you've ever loved in this lane. I'm going to take your farm, I'm going to take your tower, and you better make sure that play is damn good. And that is how you start to really snuff out the Shen going forward, but full stop!
Yeah, there's no flash on full stop. There's no heal from Quest either, but there is a hook going to be landed underneath the turret onto Yuraha, rather. And everyone's going to be safe, but there's a dive. Tomo's coming in with the package. He's going to get in, get a kill, get out, take a couple turret shots in the meantime. Conrectus trying to zone off with the curtain call. Almost got Quest, actually. Not going to be the case this time around, but...
Quest had the flash at the last second.
Yes, he did.
So he's not going to have flash coming back into this lane, which is just going to keep all of this aggression going on the bottom side of the map. And I have to say, kudos to Wash U for really playing around this bottom portion of the map, and it's going to keep going.
And these ganks are all over the place. There's Let's Bounce into the turret. There's Stopwatch speed. Stopwatch by Burgundy Mist. Is he going to be able to pick up the kill? Bakatar able to pick up Burgundy Mist. 1v2 underneath his own turret. Nice sense of awareness by Bakatar.
There is not a single ward right now for LU in that Wash U jungle. That blue side jungle is completely clean, which means that Bakatar just can go anywhere he wants with absolutely zero retribution right now. This is absolutely falling apart in LU. They need to find an answer.
2K gold split right now, roughly, and yeah, you're right. It's surprising to not see any of the wards coming out right now as my client freezes. I believe this happened to you a few days ago. This is a bug that is happening in the client right now where...
Was it 10 minutes?
It is at 11 exactly.
Ooh.
And actually it just unfroze. I'm going to fast forward now. But yeah, that is a bug that's been happening in the League of Legends client. Thank you, Riot, for that one. Spaghetti code too much right now. But it looks like everything's figured out. We're back on track.
Well, in the meantime, it looks like everyone's just going to be coming back to the lanes. The first tower in the bottom side for Wash U does mean that they can go ahead and get that lane swamp going. Already first dragon off the board, so Herald probably the next objective, but good rotation coming out on the other side for LU. They do want to match this push immediately, and given that's a Sivir, if they can find a way to play a little bit safer, maybe draw the attention of Romain over, they could try to make a play onto him. And once again, they have the Shen, they have the pushing mid laner. There is no reason why they can't go forward and make a play right here.
Very much so, as we see Bakatar hanging out on the top side, going to do the exact same thing that's been happening on the bot side and just gank because there's 2v2 once again. Bakatar, he goes in, no spell shield for Quest. He does spell shield the Braum Q, but going to be hit by everything else, but there's not any minions to really help out with the turret aggro, so they have to back off. A little bit premature by Bakatar. And now on the bot side, Crab giving some more trouble over, but now Bakatar once again, this time onto Burgundy Mist while he's clearing a ward. You cannot clear a ward while there's enemies, especially a Zac right next to you.
Yeah, and Bromane just showed there on the bottom side of the map. Solid Gold got canceled coming out of his ultimate. Oh, and here he goes once again. Bakatar, he wants in.
He's not stopping ever. There's a flash. I don't know if that was necessary, but damage done. He's going to let's bounce full stop into a advantageous position for Conrectus. Pick up that kill with his fourth shot. Once again, WSTL picking up some kills in that top side.
Yeah, and this is the team that should not have, in my opinion, been making all these early plays. They need one item onto the ADC, 2 items onto Corki before they'd really be confident. And just look at that other side. They have the Shen top side. They have the Jax Jungler 4 engages. They have, for crying out loud, a Syndra in the mid lane. They should be the ones dictating this pace right now, but it has flipped the script 180 degrees, and Wash U, they are just on top right now.
Picking up the Rift Herald, because if you pick up an objective, and you definitely, if you see the jungler on the bot side, you go for an objective that's away from him. There's no Drake to be taken, so Rift Herald, obvious choice if you can't take that top lane turret. They are going to have that in their arsenal and pick up another turret sometime soon, as we see the Drake coming up in 50 seconds. That is going to be the second Infernal Drake, something that LU definitely wants, but may not be in a position to contest anymore at this point in the game.
No, but the good thing is they still have a little bit of time to prep before it. If they can pull off a pick play, if they can pull off a TP, if they can pull off something within these next few minutes, that could start that snowballing effect going the other way. They have a great ability to stall out this game with Sivir. Once you get the Essence Reaver and your W is just constantly up, Ricochet, you can clear these waves insanely fast to start holding on to this base, but they're not quite there yet.
Oh,
Romain, he's going to find too.
Romain, what are you doing? You can't. There's been so little vision being established, but still so much roaming into the enemy jungle. And you wonder what their game plan is on that one, but so far it's not really paying off. Whatever's happening, Romain getting some damage done onto him, but he knew he had that flower to burst himself over the wall. So at least he
already though.
Give him props to some awareness. But yeah, Bakatar, he started the Infernal
It does look
Drake.
like, yeah, it does look like this will be a bit of a trade, and honestly, this is pretty acceptable for the LU squad. They saw already that they have no chance taking that dragon, but actually, some well-placed TP might actually just save that tower too.
Yeah, Washington St. Louis, they're just going to pick up everything they can and defend everything as well. Like you said, Quest can push very heavily into Crab, but it might not be enough because Crab, he can take some damage. He can take a little bit of damage. He's actually not building too defensive right now.
Ooh,
we do see the Rift Herald come up here. And now
good defense from Euro.
Hold on,
once again.
Burgundy missed. Is he going to be? Yeah, he's going to be hit by the third and fourth shot, but it's not going to be enough. Burgundy missed. Needs to be careful. More damage now from this Rift Herald this time. Oh, there's the kill. Conrectus with the root and the flash, and now,
Bakatar.
Yeah, we do see Stand United coming up here.
Great top.
Very much so, as we see kind of a cluster here. Bakatar, he gets cell divided. He's going to he's going to just chill out there for just a second. Quest, he is going to pick up the kill here, or is he? He's going to get knocked up one more time. He's going to be able to pick up the kill. Bakatar, he makes it out. Tomo picking up Bromain. What a turnaround by WSTL. And now Quest, he's going to go down. Double kill for Tomo. And now full stop. Is he going to go down? Is he going to give the triple kill? No, there's a taunt onto buy solid gold underneath the turret. Tomo, he goes down finally. This is kind of a cluster, but it looks to be in favor of WSTL. It's kind of hard to tell at this point, but they do get the kills to relieve pressure and get this turret.
Bakatar has absolutely no fear of this mortal thing you call death. He is going to go in time and time again, and he's going to make it work, baby.
Yeah, very much so. Crab is also split pushing on the top side. The mid turret did not go down. A lot of damage did get put onto it. Bakatar, he is relentless, nonstop, and he made it out. He doesn't have cell division to make that trick happen again. He will in a few minutes, but he does have stopwatch. Let's keep that in mind. He actually did pick that one up. So going to be looking to dive even more. Bakatar is really entertaining on the Zac, if anything. He's been making extremely aggressive plays, and most of them have been working thus far. So props to Bakatar.
It's certainly great pathing by him and great jungling. Way to put down the pressure, but there honestly is just no resistance here from LU. First line of defense against any jungler has to be vision, and that just hasn't happened. Second line is the individual playmaking, and that also just hasn't happened. Full Stop has had at least 2 to 3 opportunities to stop Bakatar coming in here. He picked the Thresh into Zac, but he's been unable to land a single play. Even Burgundy, who has been playing back and forth, has missed quite a few abilities to just push away Bakatar. And I mean, Bakatar can't take anything away from him. He's doing an absolutely phenomenal job. LU need to find some sort of answer right now because they are looking at the wrong end of a 7K gold deficit 17 minutes into the game.
Yeah, very much so. And that's with all the, I'm sorry, not inhibitors. The objectives taken down. The Drake is not up. The Baron will be up in 2 minutes, but the Rift Herald has already been taken. Everything that can be taken almost has been by WSTL. That being besides one Infernal Drake, the first one being taken by LU. That seemed to be the only line of hope that they've had thus far, is that one Infernal Drake, as they have not been able to be on the offensive at any time in this game. When they try, it is reversed on them. Turned back around by Washington St. Louis, as we see some vision being controlled finally. This time by WSTL. This is something that they want to look at. More diving coming out. Bakatar, he's behind the turret. He doesn't have cell division, but he has Let's Bounce, bringing 2 members in. That one of them being Burgundy Mist, and he goes down. There's a stopwatch being used by Bakatar. It's going to be enough just to keep him alive. He's going to have to back out. 1 kill taken. That is a big point of minion clear gone for LU. Quest is still there, but so are the rest of WSDL.
Yeah, and behind every great ADC is a great support as well, and Yohora has been completely killing it this game. That is like the 3rd time I've seen him use that ultimate to knock away Bromane, making sure that his ADC Connectress is alive and well, making sure that this 6-0-3 Jhin gets out every last piece of his damage, and if he continues this on point, there is nothing that's going to be able to stop this Jhin.
Yeah, he's looking very powerful, and just goes to show you that you do not absolutely need Rage Blade to be effective on Jhin. Of course, Jhin is a very powerful ADC, especially that 4th shot, but even with the Rage Blade, obviously you're going to get more powerful, but you don't absolutely need it, and your Roja showing that he can support a very talented ADC in Conrectus. Doing very well. Dragon is going to be up in 1:20, with the Baron being up in 10 seconds. Some ward clearing coming out from LU, and this is pivotal because they do not want Washington St. Louis to get this Baron.
No, the play right now from LU has to be just clear these waves, get them pushing, make sure they can't make a play. Bakatar, he's here!
Bromane, he's caught once again. He's going to take the Thresh Express out of harm's way. One-way ticket to safety on his side of the jungle, so nice awareness by Full Stop. Bromane, he's going to stay alive, but has to be careful. There's numerous times he's been caught out in this game, and it hasn't quite equated to a death. He's only died once, but it's been scary for his team nonetheless.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Jax jungle who is going the tank build, the metric for success can't be how many times has he avoided death. It needs to be how many plays has he actually made, and unfortunately, that number isn't very high right now. I honestly cannot think of a play he's made so far this match. And then look at Bakatar. Speaking of which, here he comes once again. Soul might have got over the wall, but there's still an army there.
So there's the flip. Solid Gold going to be tossed back into the enemy team. Conrectus is there. That means the damage is there. Tomo is there as well. But the Thresh Express not going to stop the snipe from Jhin. He's going to go down, and now Full Stop. He's in trouble. Double kill for Conrectus. And this is once again Washington St. Louis just running all over LU.
It is such a downhill series of events from LU. They came here with a plan. They wanted to use the scaling coming out, but unfortunately, every single one of their win conditions never came to fruition. They never got to use Solid in an aggressive play. They're trying to dive again. Good start.
Bakatar is going back once again into enemy lines, but he still survives, bringing Bromane into now his own team. Tomo, I should say, picking up that kill. Quest finally does get a kill in this game, but a double kill over to Tomo as Burgundy Mist also goes down. Quest has to use both summoners just to stay alive in that one. Boomerang Blade not going to pick up a kill here, and that is the top bot lane inhibitor going down.
That was what looked to be the start of a good fight for LU, maybe the beginning of their comeback, but just look at where these carries are at. 1-5-1 on the Syndra, only the 1 item completed in the Luden's Echo. And then over to Quest, I mean, he got that first item spike, he has an Essence Reaver, so he can start being part of this wave clear game. But just look at that compared to the Jhin, who's already finished his second item, already working on the third, and you're just seeing the huge disparity. If you want to really dig deep for LU right now, they do have the scaling, and even with that, they have the wave clear available to get to that point. They just can't seem to hit the brakes. They cannot stop Bakatar from accelerating this game into infinity and beyond.
Yeah, Bakatar, so aggressive, and you have to think, if you're LU right now, you have to ban that Zac away in game number 2, as we are more than likely going to be going into game number 2 with Washington St. Louis with a victory underneath their belts here, looking to close out this this best of 3, I should say, with a 2-0 series, 2-0 swipe. It's looking very heavily in favor of them right now. If they can play this way in game number 2, they are going to have their way. LU, this is where strategy really comes into play.
Still has a little bit of League of Legends to play. We're only 20 minutes into game number 1. It's still not over for not Lords. LU. Lords is already out of this tournament. I've already widely accepted that fact, unfortunately. But going back to the teams who are still playing League of Legends, yet another Engage coming out, but
Bakatar, all right.
Very aggressive.
Yeah.
Marking his territory.
Yeah, very much so.
Making sure those chickens are his.
Leaving his goo in the enemy territory. That's how you do it if you're Exact.
Very disappointed we don't get the April Fool's chickens on the Rift. Very unfortunate we don't get the April Fool's Nexus or my personal favorite, the Proximity Chat. As honestly, that might make League of Legends like the best esports of all time to watch. I mean, it's pretty good now, but like I just want to hear the team just yell at each other as they get close.
Yeah, that would be very interesting. And
that would make this esports ready.
Maybe one day. Jesus. Maybe one day. But right now, Washington, St. Louis, they are possibly looking for, Fnatic Brush, as we see.
Bromain's here.
Yeah, Bromain, he's there. Is he going to be there for long?
Bromain's gone.
Yeah, he's not. That's the jungle pressure completely gone. And that means that Washington, they're going to go into this one. No problem. Pick up this Baron at 24 minutes.
Yeah, and this is just hard to watch at this point for LU. They came here in game number 1 with a plan. Plan obviously didn't work. It's going to be up to the playing staff and the coaching staff as well to figure out what is our game plan going into game 2. And I think the big part is they just really need to figure out who to play around. I mean, Bromain in the jungle looked like he wanted to scale up, even though he was going for the tank. Full stop going to be trying to go onto the Singe. Stun does land.
Yeah, here comes Curtain Call. It's going to go in on the full stop. Yeah, there's full stop. He's going to go down. Crab picking up that kill. Bakatar, by the way, Bakatar is not even in that fight. This is what WSTL can do with even without Bakatar at this point in the game. But big one, got to be landed onto Burgundy Mist, I should say. Chunk him quite a bit, about a fourth of his health bar. And now Bakatar is there. There's On the Hunt being cast, but it doesn't matter. Huge knockup. Yeah, huge knockup. Blitz bounce by Bakatar. Actually going to be zoning off everybody now, as he does have his cell division back up, and everyone else from WSTL just going to be taking up the Nexus turret now, because the top lane inhibitor is down, as is the bot lane. We have super minions in the base. This is going to be game number 1, heavily in favor of Washington St. Louis, going into game number 2 with a 1-0.
Yeah, maybe a few more hits on the Nexus or just a few more points to the KDA, but no, that will be the end. Game number 1 with Washington. You just looking incredibly strong, and LU